Good morning, guys, and welcome to another day of 365. So today I thought I'd try something a little bit different. About a month ago, right after Christmas, I cast on a knitting project for my brother. His birthday is in February, and we are now in February, and I have not found the time or really even like the desire to craft to finish it up. So that is what I'm doing today. I am knitting him a birthday present today. So I thought that I would show you how I do that in a time-lapse knitting video. This is just a very basic 3x2 ribbed hat. I'm not really knitting with a pattern because, well, this is embarrassing for somebody who's been knitting for the better part of a decade. I'm not good at following patterns. I don't know how to really read them or write them or do anything. So I work from pictures and kind of like reverse engineer, or just like, I do it in my head. I think maybe it's like an artistic quality thing that sometimes artists are just not good at following directions and kind of like to do our own thing. I know that typically an adult head with worsted weight yarn is typically you'll want to cast on about 90 stitches, and this is just your typical 5-stitch repeat. It's 3 knit stitches, 2 purl stitches, so that ends up with a very stretchy fabric. It's just a very basic ribbed pattern, and I'm going to use a couple different colors in there to add some stripes, but it's super simple, really good for even beginner knitters. This is all real wool. It's my last of my fisherman stash, and I am stretching that out because I have not been able to find it anywhere in Ontario, and even at Joann's and Michael's down in the States, I have not been able to find the fisherman's wool from Lion Brand. Just, it's not there. Patton's Classic is a pretty good dupe for it, but I find that the fisherman's is amazing because it is virgin wool and it's cheap. Like, it's a really reasonably priced yarn, but I can't find it anywhere, and I am definitely not spending $25 plus $10, $15 in shipping to get it from their website. So I guess I'm gonna have to switch over to Patton's Classic wool. So there's a little rant for you. My little vent about how frustrated I am that I cannot find my favorite wool yarn anymore. I like to make hats out of 100% wool though. It is more difficult to take care of wool just because you have to be very careful about not felting it and shrinking it. But wool by far is like the warmest and the best you can do, especially because a hat you might get wet, and wool retains a lot of its insulating power even when wet. So I really like to use wool because it's insulating, it's lightweight, and it does the job. I used to make things out of acrylic all the time, and that's why I'm making my brother a hat this year, because I've made him a few hats in the past, which he still wears all the time, but they're acrylic, and I know that this is going to be a better quality hat. So, and because I know he's knit worthy and will actually wear the hat, that's why he's getting a hat from me. And I'm not actually worried about him seeing this video because he has told me over and over and over again that vlogs are boring. I don't understand why people watch people do normal things every day. So I'm not worried about him seeing this and spoiling his birthday surprise. So I've done a couple of stripes. Here are the colors I've chosen. So we've got a light brown, a darker brown, and a cream or a beige color. So yeah, that's where I am so far. Got the 2 stripes in, carrying the colors up the side, and I'm gonna keep going with this. Here's my progress so far. Ticked off at myself because when I was carrying up the colors as I was transitioning to do these stripes, I held it, I think, a little too tight, or I pulled a little too snug, so it's a little bit wonky right here. It's not too bad, it'll still fit nice, there'll still be lots of stretch, it is just a tiny bit wonky right in here. That's literally only something the knitter will notice, and it's just because we know our own mistakes. The other problem is that I'm kind of concerned I'm gonna run out of this color before I get to the end. I've looked through my stash, this is the end of this color. I might go ahead and use this slightly darker brown just for the top. It's not ideal, but I mean, it's still a wearable hat. Kinda, again, a little upset. I should have added maybe an extra set of stripes in there because then I would have had enough left over. I don't know, whatever, it's fine. He'll still like the hat. The very end, and not a second too soon, because this is literally all of the yarn that I have left. So I used almost every last inch of it, and now I am just threading that through those last few stitches, pulling that snug, and then I'm going to weave in some ends, and that is a finished hat. Alright, so I like how that turned out. Not a bad little hat for an afternoon of knitting. If you liked watching me knit in time lapse, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see another project in time lapse, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below and I'll see what I can put together. We will be putting a video out every single day of 2017, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any of our videos, and we will see you tomorrow, guys. Bye!